So obviously, you guys know, for the longest time we've been selling you guys, TV, audio, appliance. Well, not you guys appliances, but the appliances. Those are kind of our three main categories, right? But we're doing a lot more than just that, as you can see now. With additions like Swagtron, the arcade stuff. The desk and chair bundles didn't quite make it here, but we're going to talk about that too. There's just so many different things we're doing right now that I think you guys haven't even fully tapped into yet, that I think is really going to help our business grow together and just help you guys get incremental business in your stores off of those main, primary product categories that you're so used to selling. This is stuff that is, kind of very much so new and something that you may not have yet. Kind of like when we introduced, the SkyTech stuff, and obviously that's taken off very well. So I'm still going to talk and start with TVs, okay? So, I don't know how to get that off there, but there we go. Just a real quick brand overview. So, TV brands that we sell, right? Samsung, LG, Hisense, Skyworth, and Conca. That's kind of our lineup right now, okay? So, most of you know by now, I think, that we actually parted ways with LG. So, long story, but it's just politics of it's very hard to have both of those brands, Samsung and LG, at the same time. We had them both at the same time for a little bit, and they don't play the nicest together or whatever, I guess. So long story short, everything that we have in LG now is, you'll still see stuff on our price list available. You'll still see me email things out, but everything LG is end of life, if you will, right? It's when we move through that inventory, it's gone. So our main tier one brand for TV now is going to be Samsung moving forward. But not too far behind that, and really the brand I'm going to focus on a little bit more in depth today is going to be Hisense. I mean, Hisense is making a really, really quality product these days, and we're carrying the full lineup. And not only are they making a really good product, but their brand recognition is really going up as well. A lot of the big box stores are carrying them now, and a lot of your customers are going to become more and more privy, I think, to the Hisense brand than you may have thought so before in the past. So we're gonna talk about them in a little more depth, and then Skyworth and Conca, which are kind of our, I guess I would say, our budget, our tier 3 brands, that where if you have a customer which we know that's tons of rent-owned customers that don't really care as much so about the brand, they're more so about the price, and they just want a 4K smart TV. Those are going to be your two go-to brands there. And I say budget in tier 3, but I say that kind of lightly because we've come a long way from when we were selling the BEA and the Volva TVs, which they were good in their own sense. But these two brands that we have here now are very, very quality brands. They're huge companies. They're Chinese companies that just haven't really come to the U.S. until now, and they've come to us and said, hey, we're trying to grow more in the United States. So these are not new brands. These are brands that are very well established that are now new over here. And I think that you guys have already stocked probably several of these TVs already, and I think we're doing well with them. They're going out on rent, they're staying out on rent, and you're able to buy products at a fraction of the price of some of these other brands, right? Especially with all these price increases that have been going on. So the two kind of differences in those two brands that you want to remember, and again, this is like the higher end stuff, but Skyworth is actually making OLED TVs. In fact, they make an OLED panel for LG. Not all of their LG OLED panels, but they actually manufacture the C series OLED panel for LG. So that just gives you an idea of they're a very large, reputable company and everything. So I know you guys did okay, not gangbusters or anything on the LG OLEDs, but if you have customers that are looking for OLED TV, just know we've got 55-inch and 65-inch available at much lower pricing than what the LG ones were at in the Skyworth brand, okay? And then what Conca's doing a little different is they're making actually QLED TVs, right? So that big, that big name that Samsung started, obviously, with the QLED TVs that everybody's come accustomed to, that of course are a little more higher priced. Conca's actually making a line of QLED TVs themselves that are much less expensive than what the Samsung ones are doing. So if you ever wanted to do a little, step up from, a good, better, best or something, that's kind of nice that you can play off of the QLED technology, but still keep it at somewhat of an affordable price, right? Samsung, obviously, we carry the whole lineup. I always tell everybody, if you guys have, if you guys are getting special orders or something that's typically not showing up on our rent-to-own price list, I mean, Samsung, there's hundreds of models, right? So our rent-to-own price list that I send out to you guys doesn't have like all of the upper, like we show the Q60 series, which is the QLED, the intro QLED series, but they have a Q70, a Q80, a Q90. We don't list those on the price sheet just because it would be too bulky, and you guys aren't really renting out those TVs as much, right? However, if you get a customer that comes in and they say, hey, I was reading online about this Q90 TV or whatever it is, always flip me the model number, because we sell, you know, to the retail channels, to the military channels, premium, so we stock every Samsung TV that there is. So there's a good chance I can, you know, get you a price on that. We can get it to you going with some other regular rental stuff, and you guys can get that customer taken care of, okay? The one brand that I do want to talk about a little more today is Hisense, for two reasons, obviously. First, it's probably the newest brand to our lineup, so maybe one that you guys aren't as familiar with. And second, because we had some really good deals at the trip, or the RTO World Hot Show that Marty and Cal and some of the guys jumped on. So you're going to have some of these TVs coming to you pretty soon here. It's actually going to be a 65-inch 4K smart TV and a 75-inch 4K smart. And what to know about Hisense? So there's two main rental friendly, I guess, series that you're going to be dealing with. This A6 and the R6 series TVs. They're very similar, right? They're Hisense's entry 4K smart series TVs. The difference that you've got there is really just the smart TV platform, okay? One has an Android smart TV platform, which I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with because it's what a lot of the other TVs have in them. And the other one is going to be the Roku smart TV platform, okay? So that's actually what this TV is here. You can tell that in the model number, right? So the 75-inch TV that you guys have coming your way is the 75A6. The Hisense is the 64R6. R is going to be the Roku smart TV platform, and A is going to be the Android. Like I said, there's not a huge difference between the two. What people think about it really is what your customers are familiar with, probably, and what they know best. Because these are two smart TV platforms in Android and Roku that have been out there for a long time. A lot of your customers have probably had a Roku stick at some point, or they've had some sort of device that works with Android smart functions. Okay, so you know, a couple of slight differences. The Android TV, it's going to have a voice control remote. So you're going to be able to, you know, browse channels or have it look for certain things with that voice control remote. With the Roku, you don't. People tend to like Roku a little bit more for like the content side of things, okay? So Roku, you're going to have more of the free channels that are already downloaded right into the user face of the TV, whereas Android, you've kind of got to go to some steps to get those downloaded, and you still can get those. But Roku is a little simpler when it comes to, you know, having a breadth of content, I guess I would say. So,
hey Alex, for perspective, like Samsung, what's their platform? Is that considered Android?
Yeah, so Samsung now is doing, they're doing the Android 2.0 smart TV platform, I think, as well. I should verify that, but I'm almost certain they're doing the Android smart TV platform too. So, and the Android is a very kind of, it's probably the most widely, Samsung and LG tried to do their own for a little bit, their own smart TV platform, and now I'm pretty sure Samsung is back to doing Android. And I should look that up to confirm, but I'm pretty sure they're on Android as well. So these are two very like commonly accepted and known smart TV platforms for sure. So that's it with Hisense. What I would say about Hisense is, do not think, you know, there was like an old Hisense where, you know, it was a lot of like budget TVs and people were kind of scared of the brand and everything. I would say absolutely do not be afraid of the brand whatsoever. We've had the Hisense TVs at both our trade shows that we had in the last month, and the pic, I don't have the demo that's running on here right now, but the picture quality in them are great.